Morning, guys. What's up? Welcome to the Musician Life Podcast, episode number 4. Episode number 4. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning. And it's been a bit cold in the UK. It's getting towards Christmas. Got my green tea here. It's my morning ritual. Anyway, getting into the episode. Today's episode is all about. It's going to be like a brief overview, really. Just going to skim the surface of a few different ways to make money from music. Now, I'm just going to jump right into it. First way, before I start, actually, a lot of this stuff is, most of this stuff is personal ways I've made money from music. There are loads of ways. I've actually Googled different ways to make money from music, just to see other ways, because there are a lot of ways. This is a massive industry. It depends what you're doing as well. You might not just be a musician. I mean, this is a musician life, but what I mean is you might not just play an instrument. You might really source an income from production, mixing, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, get right into it. Number one, an easier way to start making money from music, if you play an instrument like drums, keys, whatever, a singer, is teaching, private tuition. That's going to be a great way to make money. So let's just skim the surface of this. So a way I've done it, wherever you live, the area you live, if you want to start making money from private tuition, one of the great ways to do that is sign up to some free websites. Okay, you can create your own website, which looks really professional. Wix, Squarespace, something like that. I mean, it's so easy to make those websites nowadays. So you've got that. What else we got? Free websites. So if you just go to Google, search for whatever your instrument is. So, for example, if you're a bass player, type in bass guitar teacher and then your area. So mine would be Berkshire in the UK, right? A load of websites are going to come up, and they're going to show me, these teachers where they are and stuff in that area. I'm going to go to those websites. I'm going to sign up as a teacher myself. Profile picture, like my qualifications, what I teach, how much I charge, all that sort of stuff. And I'm going to just list myself on every single website I can that's free. I've not used any paying ones, so I can't really talk about those. But I would recommend doing that. Maybe if you want to go create your own website as well, that's always a good idea because it makes you look more professional. Sends people directly to that website where they can get the full information. You can design it how you want and stuff. So that's that. That's a really great way to obviously you're gonna have to wait for people to start contacting you. Another way you can do that is print off some flyers, go down to your local rehearsal studios, like schools, anywhere where you think the kind of age range that you want to teach at, whether that be in college, maybe you go to some colleges, local colleges, and put your advertisement up. Your little sort of leaflet, business cards, stuff like that. Going out to the music department in schools, just be like, I'm a local teacher, or you can even teach at schools as well, obviously, as a sort of hired instrumental tutor, maybe. Anyway, whole different ways to get into that, but that's going to be probably the quickest one you're going to jump into. Facebook as well. I mean, social media, start a Facebook page, the bass guitar teacher, start searching for, start hunting for that. If you type into Twitter or Facebook or maybe even Instagram, I'm not sure how good that would be, but, especially Twitter and Facebook, you can search for terms like bass guitar teacher needed or wanted or looking for a bass guitar tutor, something like that. And that will come up with search results, and especially with Twitter, I've done that sort of thing before, where you're searching for something and you're just looking for someone who's put a post about that. Can anyone recommend any good bass guitar teachers? That stuff comes up, especially on Facebook. So that's another way. So there's if you want to jump into that, that's gonna be the quickest way to start making some money through music. And there's just a whole bunch of ways to jump into that. And if you execute on every single one, like the free websites, like searching through social media, like putting up posters and leaflets and business cards, in relevant places where people might find them that want those kind of things, as that kind of service, you're just going to increase your chances of getting some clients. So that's that. Another way to make money. This is again from my personal experience, cruise ships. But that's a full-time job. That takes you away from home. That's months on end, and you travel like the world. There's a lot of different companies as well. Just P&O, Princess Cruises. That's the company I worked with. Holland America. There's loads of companies out there. That's great, great lifestyle. You can do that type of job as well for long term. So my last contract finished a couple of years ago, and the musicians I was playing with, for example, the piano player was like 70 years old. So that's a job for life. There's no age range. Like you have to have the skills, and with any of these things I'm saying about, you have to have the appropriate skill to be able to do it, right? So if you can't, teaching in itself is a skill. So if you're not a very good communicator and can't explain something to someone else so they'll understand it and find different ways maybe, then you might not get as much work as you're hoping for. Same with the musician stuff on the cruise ship. You're going to have to do an audition to get into that. There are many companies. Again, if you search online for any of these companies, just type in cruise ship musicians jobs, music jobs. That's a website that's always popping up with stuff for cruise ship musicians. You can do that from anywhere across the world as well. Those companies are looking for musicians all the time. It's a good salary, a monthly salary. It's basically like a normal job if you want. You're getting paid monthly. You're away, as I said, for months on end, probably like 6 months at a time, 5 months, maybe shorter. But that's probably going to be the ballpark figure of how long you're going to be away for. You get to travel a lot, you get your food taken care of. You get put up in a room, probably sharing with someone. And you can do different things there. You can be like a duo, a soloist. If you're like a guitarist, singer, maybe. You can be in the orchestra. You can be part of the party band. Things like that. There's a whole different range of music jobs within the cruise ship industry anyway. So that's that. I'll leave that there. There's the hotel gigs as well. So that's another thing I've done before. The hotel gigs, again, same sort of thing with the cruise ships. Months on end of being abroad, being away. But whereas the cruise ship's traveling around the whole time, the hotel's obviously situated in one place. Mostly the Middle East and mostly Asia. That's the biggest parts of the world that I've known where these kind of like hotels hire westernized bands. Not even just Western bands like American or from the UK or anywhere else, but like Filipino bands are like really popular. So doesn't matter where you come from, you can as long as you can play, you can put yourself forward for those jobs. A lot of the times those bands are independent. Sometimes they come through an agency. Again, if you just type in like party bands for abroad kind of thing, there's a lot of agencies out there that work heavily abroad. The UAE, is a massive destination for those bands anyway. But those jobs are so popular, there's always, if you got the skills and that's what you want to do, man, it's not going to be hard for you to get it. I think one of the biggest agencies out there is L Live. I think they're called L Live. If you type that in, I think it's ELLIVE or -LIVE. I could be wrong on that, but that's what they're called. Anyway, that's another source of income. Again, that's a full-time job. You're going to be away. You're going to get put up in a hotel, 5-star hotel, your own room most of the time. And you get to play music every night. You get the days to yourself, 1 day off a week. Yeah, it's a great life. Very much a party atmosphere though, party kind of lifestyle. But anyway, that's that. I can go into these all these subjects with more detail. But I'm just trying to this episode. I'm just trying to skim over the surface of a few different ways to make money through music. The way I make music actually at the moment is through my wedding band that I put together. So it's a wedding and events band. That's something you can get involved with, whether you put it together yourself, which is going to take a lot more time. It's going to take money at first, like anything you build like a business, it's going to take money up front. before you start making an income. Or you can go out there and join already formed bands, then you just be a part of the band and you just get paid if they've been going for a few years, so that's great. So I recommend doing that. That's another way to do it. And then I've just Googled a few things as well. So for example, what's it saying on here? Online it's saying so you can sell your music. I guess if you're like an original artist or something, you can sell your music online. iTunes is definitely one platform that you can sell it on. I don't really know any others, but there's going to be a lot of other platforms so you can sell your music. But with that, you need a following and people that actually want to buy your music as well. So that's gonna be, you're gonna have to build up that whole foundation first before you can sell your music to anyone. And merchandise as well. That's another thing. I actually do know a couple of friends who have original music, and when they gig and stuff, they sell in t-shirts and things like that. Maybe they have a slice of the door as well, the money on the door maybe, or part of the bar money. I don't know. There's different ways to make money through that. Again, I'm just skimming over the surface of different ways. We can go into more detail. You can also look this stuff up yourself if you're interested. Playing gigs live, just pub gigs, club gigs, just working with a covers band or original band, and you'll get paid a bit of money. But this is going to be probably once a week, twice a week, maybe. Restaurants, or working in restaurants, being a bit of background music at a restaurant. If you're a solo or duo, that's going to be probably more who they're going to choose. YouTube channel, it's coming up with here. I think with a YouTube channel and making money, you're going to make money off the ad revenue. Okay, so how that works is you create a YouTube account, a channel. You're going to post about a particular subject. So for example, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, this is the Musician Life Podcast channel on YouTube. So this is the video format. So it's exactly the same as the podcast. It's obviously just visual, and the podcast on a podcast platform is going to be audio. So yeah, with the YouTube channel, you're just going to make a channel about a certain subject, and then you have to just make content. One of the people I follow on YouTube talks about this, and he in particular made over 600 videos. Now he calls them I forget the name now, I can't remember the name, evergreen videos or something like that. It basically means that for example, the video that you make can be watched over and over again by multiple different people at any time, or within a good few years or something. So if I'm making something that's only relevant for today and maybe the next couple of weeks, then people aren't gonna come back to it. You want to make good content. You want to make people want to watch it, and then the subject valuable. What you're talking about in that valuable, whether it be entertainment or knowledge or something like that. And it has to be something that can be relevant over a long period of time, because the whole reason you're getting paid money through YouTube is through the advertisements. The more people watch those videos, the higher, the more people are coming back, different people are coming to watch it, and it's racking up those views. Those adverts are going to be played more and more and more, and that's how you're going to make money through YouTube. Again, with this guy, he was saying consistency, so he was making videos every single day, over 600 videos. So if you make a video a day, which is, that's a lot. It's going to take you about 2 years to do that, or just under 2 years to do that. So, and then he's only now seeing the benefits of making a bit of money every day through YouTube. So that's pretty much like the social media. Again, we can go into more detail on this kind of stuff, but it's just another way to make money. Teach your music or instrument, we've already covered that. Record labels, I'm not really sure what it means by that, but I guess that's original music as well. Streaming, that's selling your music. Songwriting, composing, I haven't done that personally, but again, if you're original artist, you could sell your own music to other musicians, to a record label maybe. There's so many ways people want to use music today. Session work as well, that's when you're just going to jump into the recording studio, jump into a band, depth for a band, whatever it may be. I mean, it's mostly synonymous with like recording work. So that's another thing you can get into. Licensing music, compose music for theatre, performing cafes, clubs, and malls. That's kind of what I was saying before. Gig at a wedding or bar. Create sound files as well. Sell off old instruments. So have you got any instruments? That's another thing actually. Taking a little bit of a turn here. You could sell. I mean, it's not really. I guess it's not really through music. I was gonna say there's another guy I follow who talks about where you basically flip. So what you're doing is finding stuff for sale, maybe like on Amazon or eBay. What sells really well on those two things? For example, you could choose musical instruments. It's not really making money through music, but you could basically find garage what are they called? People having like selling stuff from their garage, from their homes, like getting rid of stuff, things like that. Facebook Marketplace, that kind of thing, and finding what you can buy, and then go into Amazon or really eBay. I think it is the best place to do it, but flipping that for a profit, But that's a whole different thing anyway. Anyway, that's what I'll leave the episode at that. I just wanted to really skim over a few things, different ways. Maybe you haven't thought of some of these things. Maybe you have. Maybe you want to hear a bit more detail about some of these things. I'm happy to go into detail on any of these subjects, and I'll try and make some episodes anyway. But I'll leave it at that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, enjoyed this podcast. Hopefully it's brought some value to you guys. And that's my aim of this podcast, is to bring you value on music. This is the musician life, and we're talking everything to do with music. Everything from the way you work as a musician, the way you practice as a musician, how you can make money, the mindset, different situations, dealing with people, with clients, with other musicians, things like that. I mean, I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I've got my experience that I want to share with you guys, and I want you to share with me as well. Anything you've been through, anything you want to hear, any questions you got, please let me know. I'd be happy to do an episode or talk about that stuff, or just message you back. Best way to do that, if you're on YouTube, drop a comment on any of the videos, and I'll see them, and I'll reply to them, and I'll respond accordingly. That's the YouTube channel, The Musician Life. And also, if you want to drop me a personal message, the best way to get to me is probably going to be through Instagram. That's going to be JK the Bass Player on Instagram. Drop me a message through there. I'll get back to you. I'll help you guys out as much as I can. That's it for this episode. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.